Hey, what is up, everyone? We are back with another Marvel Legends figure review, and today, as you can see, we're going to be looking at the, only figure in this wave that I was really concerned with, the Marvel Legends, I don't know what we're calling this, the mini comic figure wave Ultimate Iron Man. You see a little comment there, the comic accessory wave. I don't know. I remember when Marvel Legends came with full-size comic books in stands, and they didn't come with these tiny little dinky things. But excuse my boomerisms. But yeah, anyway, this out of all the figures you can see all the different figures here in the back. We had Banshee, Rom, Ultimate Miles, Ultimate Iron Man, Adam Warlock, and Daken Wolverine. This is really the only one I was really interested in because I do genuinely like this Ultimate Iron Man armor design. I think it looks really cool. It's something different. And boy, am I glad that Hasbro gave us a new one finally. It only took like 20 years because the initial one, which I did have, I wish I still had it for comparison, was terrible. It looked more like a normal kind of Iron Man suit as opposed to this, which kind of has that bulkier kind of, mech suit look to it. It almost has more War Machine proportions than it does Iron Man. Proportions, which is something I do dig about it. I like this kind of, bulkier, like more militaristic, I guess you could say. It's more of like an exosuit than it is, like his more streamlined, closer to the body armor. As cool as the metallic paint on that older figure was, my gosh, did it chip. You breathed on it and it was flaking off. But, yeah, so now we have a new one to take a look at. I am very excited. I'm going to shut up and get him out of the box so I can see just how cool this guy really is. Alrighty, everybody, we are back and have Iron Man out of the package. And strap yourselves in, ladies and gents, because this is going to be one. This is going to be one. This might be one of probably my most negative reviews I've had since starting this channel. Now, that being said, and before I go any further, I don't hate this figure, but I am very disappointed in it. Because I was really looking forward to this figure. I was excited for it when they announced it. It aesthetically looks great. The problem is, it's not executed the best. I do have a lot of gripes and issues with it. Starting off, this right here. What is this? Like, why? This is useless. Like, I don't understand the point of these. I don't. I mean, it's cool. It's got this little, Iron Man #1 image on it. And this is Marvel Legends. Like, oh, it's cool that, you get these, hands that can hold the comic. Oh, that's so cool. Yay. And then you can come over here and take his hand off. And he can, oh my gosh, he can read the comic. And he can fourth wall break. Like, it's Iron Man reading an Iron Man. It's like Deadpool, like, breaking fourth wall. Iron Manception. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care about this. This is dumb. This is genuinely stupid. And the fact that they had to give us specific hands for him to hold them is stupid, because he comes with, as you can see, the two fisted hands. He comes with the two comic book holding hands. And then these really weird, like, repulsor blasting hands. Like, why is his hand looking like that? Why is it contorted in that way? We realize it's supposed to be a dude. This was like a mech suit. And his hand looks split out really weird. It looks, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but it looks really strange. The paint's good. I love the paint. I like how the light's hitting it and making it look all shiny and metallic, but I don't know, like, these hand sculpts are just weird. They don't look right to me. I mean, we've had plenty of different, Iron Man repulsor hand sculpts, but these ones look really weird. So that's one of my big issues with it. Another one of my issues is the repulsor hands have ports, so that clearly you're thought that they're meant to, be utilized with these, and they are. You can, in fact, port them in. But he doesn't come with it. And look at that weird angle. Like, let me show you. Now, that's all the further his hand can go up, obviously because of the little, like, blaster thing here. But look at that. He's aiming down. Like, what is that? This literally feels like, and I mean, some people out there might not see it as an issue. They might be like, oh, he's just, whining about nothing. Because we've gotten these little repulsor effects, energy blast effects, whatever you want to call them, so many times and in so many different colors. But it seems kind of dumb to me that you're going to give him repulsor blasting hands, but without the repulsors, yet we get this stupid thing in a completely specific set of hands to hold the freaking comic. I don't get that. And another thing that kind of bothers me, why aren't these compatible? Why can't I be able to just, put them in there? That would have been so cool. Having him, look like he's shooting that, but no. They put that weird freaking angle, or sculpt, or whatever you want to call it, on the repulsor hands. It's just strange. I don't get it. Like, there's a lot of things with this figure that I just don't understand. I mean, and for one, like, look at how floppy he is. He doesn't feel solid at all. His joints feel very... Maybe this could just be my copy, though. The floppy could just be my specific version of the figure. I mean, he's not like... His legs aren't completely... It's just like... It's mainly his torso area is kind of, very wobbly. And you can't even really get a whole lot of ab crunch. Like, what the heck is that? And you would think because of how it's designed... and how it looks, that would be, ab crunch central. He's going to be moving and grooving all over the place. No. That, like, he can't even, like, that's it. If you keep his legs straight, and, like, that's bending his legs, like, that's all the farther he can, and it doesn't even hold. And then back, yeah, he can crunch back a smidgen, but, I mean... And, like, I mean, I'm engaging both, and I'm trying not to bend his legs forward, but that's it. That's what you get. That's all you get. He doesn't even crunch forward. That's kind of pathetic. And then the other thing, this isn't necessarily Hasbro's fault. It's kind of, and just how it suffers from the design of the armor. He can't look up. That is, he can look down quite a bit. And there's two, like, neck joints in there. I don't know how, if you can it's kind of tough to tell. But yeah, there's the peg where his head connects there. And then it's connected to the bottom, very similar to the Maximum Spider-Man. And you can kind of see it roll. You get some good head rotation and rolling around and whatnot. But that's all the higher his head can look. That's it. He's Iron Man. He's a flying character. How am I supposed to get him in flying poses? So I wish they would have done something to maybe remedy that, make his head a little bit longer, or I don't know, maybe make this more subtle. That really bothers me for a character that is a flyer. And you can't really pose him with his head up in a flying pose. That's an issue to me. It really, really is. And it sucks because the rest of his articulation here, like, his arms can bend out forward. These are soft, so it doesn't really get in the way. Rotation's fine. He got good bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows are really good. He's got all of his fists, all of his alternate hands like this. They have the hinge back and forth. They can rotate freely. You know, like this little blaster thing does not get in the way. He can rotate fine. He can kick forward that far. He can kick back just a smidge, but again, that's because of the armor. And then he has thigh swivel, but it's not... You can't do like the full 360 because, again, you know, the armor. So I'm not holding Hasbro for that. But that's mainly just how the suit's designed. There's going to be issues with the actual armor design. That's about as far as he can do the splits. He can have double jointed knees. And this is kind of cool. His foot can bend down, but it's like this whole middle section here. That's like another ball in and of itself. So you can like get some kind of wacky, which I do appreciate, because like that's about as far as he can go down, which isn't too bad. It'd be nice if he could go a little bit more, but it's not the worst. He can do up pretty good. But then that's the ankle pivot. Like he doesn't have he has that's about as much ankle pivot as you're gonna get from this guy. That's it. So and it sucks because he looks so good. I love the metallic-y gunmetal gray color they use for him. I like how the red is because I like this design. I like the color scheme of it. I like the contrast. I like that it's something different. He looks more like almost War Machine and Iron Man put in a blender, and he's not just, you know, average Iron Man. I like these little blue bits, how they pop. I like how his eyes are painted and how they pop out. The painting, that while minimal that is on there, it looks really good. It's nice and clean. I like the little bits there. It's just, and I don't know if you can kind of see it. This is, because of how dark the gunmetal is, this is, I think, meant to be black. But it almost looks like, in person, you can kind of see it's a slightly different shade. So it also kind of gives a little bit more color separation. It makes the figure pop more. There's so much good here. So it bothers me that there's all these little kind of places where it falls short, and especially in area, like I said, some areas for the articulation I can't fault Hasbro because of the limitations of the design of this specific suit of armor. However, there are areas where they could. Like, you have this whole ball joint thing here. Like, this whole section is like a ball of its own because it moves, you know, independently of it. They could have done something to maybe like extend this a little more so he has more ankle tilt or ankle pivot. Something with the head, like, because that to me is unacceptable on Iron Man. When that's all that further, I can tilt his head up, because like if I'm gonna try having him fly, you know, like let's just do like a quick little flying pose here. Like, and because he has like no midsection articulation, like that's about as good as you're gonna get. You can't have his, like, you could probably, yeah, you have to maybe kind of half it on the ball. You can do that, but I shouldn't have to do that. This one, I'm even more harsh on because I was so looking forward to this figure. This really bums me out. And another thing, going back to this stupid nonsense, this stupid comic, and the two stupid hands that go along with it, why did we get this? Why did they waste plastic and paint on this instead of giving us an ultimate Tony Stark head sculpt? Why? Because here I have 3 Tony Stark head sculpts with me. We have I think this is meant to be like the 80s one, like the 80s era Tony Stark. We have the kind of 60s era Tony Stark, and then this was I think this was all new, all different. This is the one that came with the Prime Armor Iron Man. No ultimate. None of these are ultimate Tony Stark. The closest one would probably be, I don't even know, because this one kind of has the right facial hair, but I don't think Ultimate Tony had the goatee with it, but he had very close shaven hair because, you know, in Ultimate's universe, Tony's dealing with, instead of a heart condition, he has cancer, so he's doing a lot of chemo. And of course, chemo, you know, it affects your hair growth. So he has very thin, very like almost kind of buzz cut hair. So of these head sculpts, this one has the, I guess, closest hair. But for one, this one won't even fit. Even though I feel like this one would probably be the closest, because pop his head off, and it's like the hole's too small, so it won't fit. It just won't. But these ones will fit fairly easily. Problem is, his head looks massive on there. It looks way too up, because here it is next to the Iron Man helmet. It's bigger than the flippin' Iron Man helmet. And then the other one will fit too. And it looks a little better. It looks a little more proportioned. But it's still... You see? It's... The helmet should be bigger than the head. So, you know, while this looks fine on its own, like, you could display that, and if you have him kind of, you know, more towards the back or something, or in amongst his... you know, your other figures on your shelf, it wouldn't be that noticeable. But when you're looking at, like, the head does look too big. You know, a Tony Stark head should be smaller than an Iron Man helmet. So, yeah, this one, I hate to be so negative, but this one, I really feel like they kind of screwed the pooch. And it just sucks, because I was so genuinely excited for this figure. I thought, oh my gosh, we finally get a new updated Ultimate Iron Man. It's going to be so great, but unfortunately not. But anyway, enough of me ranting about it. Let's get on to some size comparisons. Here he is with this is the Secret Wars classic armor Iron Man. And it's like, I know I said I was going to stop being negative, but seeing these two together, he should be bigger than him, and he looks about the same size. So there he is with the classic Iron Man. Here he is with... Give me 1 second to get him in more of a neutral spot, because I just grabbed this one right off my shelf. Here he is next to the modular Iron Man. Now, he does look a little more proportional to this one, I guess you could say. Yeah, he does look a little bit taller. I mean, let me make sure he's standing straight here. Yeah, he does look a little, like, his shoulders are even sitting higher. His head, yeah. So this looks better. This proportion looks a little, but then again, like, he still looks kind of, well, I don't know. This one's really, this one's bumming me out. Here he is next to Maximum Spider-Man. Here he is. We have him with the Astonishing Wolverine. And then here we have him probably with the most important comparison, you could say, next to the Ultimate Captain America. And again, seeing these two together, the proportions are just... Cap is the same size, if not maybe a hair taller. I honestly just don't know what more to say. You know, like this one really bummed me out, and they really screwed the pooch on this one. I apologize for being so negative in this video, guys, but I'm always going to be honest with you. I'm not going to sugarcoat things. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm going to be upfront honest with you. I'm not, I want you guys, when you watch one of my videos, which I always appreciate, I want you guys to be like, hey, he always tells it like it is. If he really likes something, you know I really like it. I'm not just saying it. If I really don't like something, you know, it's like, yeah, he's not too keen on that one, and it's not just because, you know, it's cool to hate on her or whatever. If that was the case, I would have been hating on Maximum Spider-Man a lot more when I did that review. But yeah, I'm probably going to call it here because I don't want to keep going and just, you know, be just more and more negative about it, because I really don't have anything else more to say. I pretty much covered everything. I mean, it's a figure that if you want this look for Iron Man, if you're a big fan of this design, if you want him represented on your shelf, if you have an Ultimates display that you want to start, or maybe you're just doing like a Hall of Armor or something, and you want this one included, then sure. I would recommend it in that like specific scenario. But if you're someone who's just like maybe more of a casual, and you're not so much like an Iron Man completionist or something, or you don't really care too much about this armor, it's a pass. You don't need this one. This might be one of the few Marvel Legends I don't want to say I do regret buying it, but I'm borderline. I'm very, very borderline on. I might not be the happiest that I picked this up. This might be one of my very few buyer's remorse Marvel Legends, which doesn't happen a whole lot. Usually, you know, they kind of hit on all cylinders, at least the ones I get, because I get the ones I'm interested in. For the most part, they do a pretty good job. But this one, you know, I guess they can't all be winners. But yeah, that's going to be it for me, guys. I apologize for being so negative, but again, I'm being honest here. If you guys stuck around this long, I appreciate you guys, as always. If you are so inclined, please like, comment, and subscribe down below. I'd love to hear if you guys got this figure, what your thoughts are. And yeah, that's going to be it for me. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Have a great day, and I will see you in the next one. Peace and love, everyone.